Hello, sweet magic makers. Welcome back to my channel. Is it time for a glow up for anybody? And I'm not just talking about like a haircut and a little bit of skincare. I'm talking about an access all areas deep dive of a glow up for your mind, your body, and your soul.
I decided I needed a complete makeover. Except this time, I make over my soul.
In my humble opinion, witchcraft is one of the mightiest weapons we have at our disposal to allow us to really gain momentum with a glow up and have the changes be long-term and long-lasting. So I wanted in this video to give you a little bit of magical methodology to help you to start walking the shimmering path towards the new you. I am a fan of the glow up. I'm a fan of actually like putting very conscious effort, energy, and attention into putting a bunch of new mindsets and techniques into play to be able to create an incredible leap forward in your reality, sort of accordance with whatever themes you want to go for, you know, wherever you want your glow up to be in your life. But I do think that some of the advice out there about creating conscious transformations for ourselves can be limited. And obviously a lot of it is not written by a witch. It's not given by a witch. So here I am with the witchy methodology for the glow up, I guess you could say. If you know that you want to see some big positive changes with your physical health and wellness, your appearance, opportunities that are coming into your life, habits that you want to form, habits that you want to break, different behaviors that you want to look at, the way that you run your time and energy, anything like that, huddle up, let's do this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is figure out what is the vision for this glow up that you want for yourself. What are the terms? What are the themes? What are the aims? What are you really trying to do? And I would recommend don't just have a surface exploration, okay? Don't stay in the shallow end. Try and dive as deeply as you possibly can, because we're not just thinking about some of the surface or aesthetic or short-term changes that we want from a glow up. We're thinking about how to instigate the beginning of an ongoing journey of transformation that's going to take you months and years into your future. So it's not just for now. I think the notion of a glow up could end up feeling very throwaway and very kind of like immediate with no long-term satisfaction. And you're a witch, so you don't need to do it like that. And even if you're not a witch, you're witchcraft adjacent if you're watching this, so you don't need to do it like that. You can really, really believe that this is the beginning of a whole beautiful brand new thing that could last you your life long. Honestly, some of the most incredible changes that I've managed to instigate and have ongoing success with were put in place during this decision that I had that I need a fucking glow up. And then I decided from there what it was going to look like, what habits I was going to put into play, what the themes were going to be, where I wanted to see the changes coming in. And when I actually started to let it play out, those behaviors rolled forward. And I can think now of a particular glow up that I have in mind that I really planned out and I really wrote down in depth. And I am still seeing the positive repercussions of those changes that I put into play now. And that was 5 years ago. So a glow up can really be the beginning of something totally different. It's not just a temporary measure to make you feel a bit better or look a bit better or live a bit healthier or live a bit more responsibly, and then it's gone. It's a flash in the pan. No, I'm asking you to define the beginning of what is going to be an ongoing path that is going to pave its way in front of you as you put these habits into play. You're going to have some key items on your glow up list, some key sort of like life areas where you want to see changes. So for you, it could be financial, it could be social, like I said, it could be physical health or emotional health, it could be in terms of work and career, it could be your creative energy and intentions and getting things over the finish line, could be any number of different areas. So it's okay to write down those things that you want to see changing. But I would also recommend that you link into the theme in a deeper way by connecting it to certain imagery and symbolism and adjectives and stuff like that. So here's a few ideas I wrote down to help you to really like deep it with your glow up plan, okay? First of all, yes, write down some adjectives that describe the vibe of the transformation that you want. So this is more than just writing about the nuts and bolts of what you want to see happen. It's also using adjectives to describe the way you want your life to feel or the way you want that particular life area of your glow up to feel. So you wouldn't just write down, I want to have more money in the bank. That's what the glow up is about. You would write down things like, I want to feel free, enriched, nourished, abundant, you know, content, secure, whatever it is, whatever adjectives you can think of that link you into the deeper feeling and intention behind the nuts and bolts change that you want to see happen. Make a Pinterest board that gives a visual representation of your desired experiences and outcomes, okay? If you like Pinterest, and I certainly do, okay, you will know that when you go to your Pinterest board, it can link you in. If you've done it well and you've done it intentionally, it can link you in to the depth of your plan. It can remind you and re-remind you over time why you're doing what you're doing. If you don't like Pinterest, you can make a collage, you can do drawings, you can write out a sort of like creative poem, something that links you immediately back into the why of your glow up. Make your glow up playlist, at least one glow up playlist. Be intentional about it. Enjoy the process of doing it. And if you want, you can keep in your notebook a little description of why each of those songs is on your glow up playlist. Choose your glow up accessories, affirmations, symbols, colors. We want to really give this glow up a theme. We want it to feel tangible. We want it to be a recognizable intention that we have. And so we're going to drape it with all the colors and the accessories and the symbols, etc. And then write a script that tells the story of your glow up from start to finish. I would recommend writing it in the third person. This is what I've done a couple of times and it's really helped. So I know it seems a little bit pretentious, but third person is definitely a winner. So for me, it would be something like, Kellyanne was slumped over in a heap on the ground, feeling like unenergetic and tired and sluggish and kind of crappy. Out of nowhere, she leaned into her witchy power and decided, now is the time. I'm going to get up, I'm going to dust myself off, and I'm having a motherfucking glow up. And from there, she decided that she was going to enrich the glow up in this way and do this thing in this way. And then day one, she begins. She puts that witch dust on it and she sort of like sprinkles it with her intentionality. And then she has all these incredible experiences. She does this and then this changes and then this happens and she feels amazing. And then she begins to see these transformations coming in. And eventually she begins to feel like a brand new woman in these very specific ways. So I'm writing the story as a work of fiction with me at the center, and my glow up is kind of like the thematic sort of thread that goes through the story. Writing a script of the development of your glow up in the third person allows you to get very, very excited about what could be possible. And it allows you to bring your imagination into the proceedings so you can really, really see the sheer potential of what this glow up could be and what it could do for you. And that gets you very, very, very excited for the next step. Little bit of an obvious one here, my darlings, but the very next step is going to be to birth your glow up using the art of ceremony. That is where everything is really going to be, you know, fueled with power. We're going to infuse the intention with some kind of beautiful, delicious, sumptuous, fizzy ritual that's going to put you right in the zone, and you're going to see that as your starting line. You're going to invoke the spirit of the glow up into your sacred circle, and don't forget to take everything else into your sacred circle that you've already developed, okay? Like take, you know, a couple of pictures from the Pinterest board, take your playlist, take your third person script that you've written, take all of those accessories and colors and everything and put them into the sacred circle so that you really feel the character, the personality, the vibration of the glow up that you have in mind and that you're going to birth into your reality. So this invocation, this ceremony to welcome this glow up into your life is going to be really powered by the character of the glow up, right? You've created in that first step that I discussed a kind of character for the glow up. You've got key words that describe how it's going to feel and how it's going to look. So now it's time to really bring that into the circle. You do not need to do any of this materially. You can do it on the imaginative level if you want to. Okay, so you can imagine the most beautiful, glorious, gigantic circle lined with candles in the middle of a forest. And it's got all of these beautiful glow up things inside of it, right? You do not need to have a physical circle if you feel like you don't have the space for that or there isn't the energy for that. That's fine. You know, everything can be done in the mind. The mind is like the alpha and omega for a witch, for real. One thing that I would recommend, and again, it is something that I have done and it's been successful, is I have taken that third person story about my glow up and I have read it aloud during the ceremony. So instead of writing like a statement of my intention intention to do the glow up, I've just read the third person story and I read it aloud and I read it with some drama. I put some theatrics into it, okay? And then what you can do is you can burn it if you want to. You can anoint it with oil and carry it with you during the process of your glow up. You can frame it if you like. You can put it in a box and sort of wrap it in ribbons or put a blanket around it to kind of like safe keep it and give it extra power and potency. If you want to know how to work with boxes in magic, I will leave a video for you down below that you will find very interesting, I hope, from my channel that I did a little while ago. There's so many different options for what you can do with this third person scripted story that you've created. But I do recommend that if you go ahead and do the third person description of the glow up, you put it into that glow up invocation ceremony. It really, really just like hits the nail on the cosmic head, guys. I absolutely love doing that. And it's something that I will definitely do in the future as well when more glow up opportunities present themselves for me. This is also a very, very good time to bless and consecrate any of the important symbols or tools that you're going to be using as you go along on your glow up. And that will be very, very personal to you. You might have a sigil that you want to enchant or consecrate for your glow up that is a symbol of the glow up itself. This would be a really, really good time to like chant over that or sort of sprinkle some oil or some whatever it is over it, you know, give it a little bit of a boost if you're working with a sigil. You can create a servitor for your glow up if you want to. There's so many different servitors that you can create, different helpful thought forms that will assist you with the glow up. Honestly, the most straightforward thing for me to advise for you to do is make a servitor of your ideal or higher or aligned self, which is who you plan to be when the glow up process is fully complete and you have shed that skin and you've done your thing and you are that new version of yourself or you're in that new phase. I really, really love working with my future self, my higher self, right? My ideal self in every different life area, the version of me that I know I'm capable of being, but I sometimes fall short of, or that I'm hoping to be once I've done the steps that I've got in mind, you know? So that's the simplest idea for a servitor, but you can work with anything really, you know? If you want to create thought forms and you want to welcome them in, then do that during the ceremony as well. And don't forget, for those of you who work with beings, who have spirit guides, deities, right, rock gods that you work with, call them in. Call in the fucking cavalry. Let them know of your commitment. Ask them to witness it. Ask them to help you with it in any way that they can. Okay, let's talk a little bit about aesthetics, my darlings, because I do think that aesthetics can be 9/10 of the law when it comes to actually building a mood once you're on the journey and the glow up is in full swing. Aesthetics are not everything, but like I said, if you want a really quick mood change, if you really want to remind yourself on a daily basis that you're on a glow up, you're in a glow up, then aesthetics can really be helpful. You might want to have some jewelry that you always wear when you're going through a glow up phase. Like I said, you might have colors that are associated with your glow up, so make sure that you wear them more. You might feel that you want to have your space looking a certain way to begin the glow up. You might feel that you want your altar to be rearranged. You want different things on it. Maybe you want to print out 1 or 2 of the things from your Pinterest board and put them on the altar, or you want to allocate a special space in your home that is your glow up shrine that you can go to every day to write down your notes about how the glow up is going and really sort of reflect and deepen back into your why, the reasons why the glow up is going ahead, what you're going to get from it and why it really matters. So you've got like your glow up HQ kind of thing in your home, or again, on the imaginative level, on the astral level. Those two terms are very interchangeable for me, guys. So yeah, you know, wherever you want to have it, you might want a glow up HQ. If you can't have any kind of shrine or altar in your home, pop it in your book of mirrors, your book of shadows, your grimoire, whatever fucking word you use. You might want to have like a few pages allocated to just glow up inspirations, affirmations that you want to keep repeating during your glow up, and a place for notes on your daily progress. Personally, for me, if I'm in the middle of a glow up process, I actually will be inspired to dress in a way that reminds me that I'm in glow up mode. Okay. I have done a glow up around my physical health and wellness, specifically related to my movement routine and getting out of that sluggishness and getting back into my body. That was a really important glow up process for me. And that's one of the ones where I found that most of the habits have stuck. And for that glow up, whenever I wasn't going out, you know, whenever I wasn't doing something, I was wearing like my gym stuff. I was wearing my athleisure stuff. I was wearing my like comfortable sort of buttery leggings and my crop tops and stuff. I was trying to remind myself all the time that like, look, you're in a body glow up right now. You're supposed to be being embodied, connecting with yourself. I also used to put my weights in the kitchen so that in the morning when I was making my coffee or tea, I would remember to pick up the weights and do some like weighted squats or weighted lunges while I was waiting for that kettle to boil. So it was really all about having my tools and props and reminders in the perfect places. And I did the same with my water. My hydration during that glow up was really important. I had to get to grips with the fact that I find water just plain fucking boring, guys, okay? I find water boring. I know you can jazz it up. I know you can put some lemon in there. Okay, don't write in. I do understand. But like I just want fizzy shit. Okay, I'll just be honest. That is one of my habits that is not that great. So I always made sure that I had like my water bottle and I had, you know, lemons in the fruit bowl and little things I could add to the water to spice it the fuck up. All of that was there. So have your props in place, have your colors and accessories, etc. on the go. And you might even want to have a signature makeup look or whatever it is. I don't know, whatever you do with yourself physically. You might want to have something that just links you in every single day to the fact that like I'm in glow up mode, things are happening for me. I'm focusing on what I'm doing for my betterment and for my future. So you're reminding yourself aesthetically in all these key ways, right? You're putting those sort of visual reminders around you. One of the most important things about a consciously chosen journey of transformation is trying to figure out how to get those habits to stick, right? It can be so easy to have a very, very strong start and then just kind of fizzle out. So I want to help you a little bit with how to add some witchery to putting those habits into motion. So first things first, you're going to want some alarms. I don't know how anybody is glowing up, raw dogging that process without alarms. I'm obsessed with alarms. I'm sorry. I know for some people that might sound twisted. I am a Virgo moon. I'm sure that's got something to do with it. But also, I'm just a forgetful little bean that has a lot of shit on her mind and is constantly doing lots of different things with lots of different tabs open in my head. So in order to keep me really sort of like linked up with my glow up, I would put alarms on my phone. Now, it doesn't sound very witchy, but I would always add words of power, affirmations, all that beautiful shit, emojis to my glow up alarms so that whenever the alarm goes off, I'm also linked back into my intention. I'm linked back in to my why. When you put alarms on your phone at regular intervals during the day that remind you that you are instigating new habits and you are transforming in a positive way, it's like a mindfulness bell, guys. It's like something that just when it goes off, you have those moments to get back to your intention and you remember. And there's no failure and no shame in having to use alarms. They are such a useful part of the process. So definitely be using them to instigate those good habits. And like I said, put a little bit of witchy sort of like magic dust on those alarms. Don't let them just be the same alarm that you wake up to for work or study. Choose a special tone, put the emojis on there, put the words of power on there so that every time you get the glow up alarm, you're like, yes, the glow up alarm. I forgot. I'm glowing up and I'm super excited about it. This one is really, really important for instigating good habits, guys. Really important, okay? Stick sorcery to the habits that you are implementing. Seriously, this makes all the difference. So let's say, for example, that one of the good habits that you're bringing in for your glow up is going for a walk every day or as often as you can. Make that walk into the time when you're going to do your glow up affirmations or you're going to listen to like podcasts that are linked to the subject of your glow up or give you empowerment, you know, or give you spiritual knowledge. You can also make your daily walk into a time to do a body scan meditation, right? Or time to speak with your gods about the glow up and how it's going and get messages from them. Whatever you want to do, it's not just a walk. It's a walk on those witchy steroids, okay? You're witching through your walk. If you know that hydration is going to be a big part of your glow up, you want to get more water into the system. Maybe you're like me and that's an issue for you sometimes. Make sure that you are blessing the water. Put spoken intentions and energetic goodness into that water. If you know you're going to be using the same water bottle and that's going to be your receptacle, make sure that you cleanse it, consecrate it, put it on the altar every evening when you finish that last sort of load of water. And then in the morning, it's like you're taking it off of your magical area to fill it with water. So everything about this is hyped up, okay? You're not just drinking water. It's drinking water with that added witchy shit. Okay, that sounded really bad. Don't add your shit to the water. Don't do that.
If you're gonna spew into this.
Yeah, no, just like the added witchy magic, okay? Not the witchy shit. Maybe a big part of your glow up is going to be tidying and organizing, getting your space on lock. If that is the case, you are in luck, because all of your tidying and organizing and feeling great about your space, right, is going to be linked to cleansing and banishing negative energy. Like, cleaning is so witchy if you decide that it is witchy. It's such a beautiful opportunity to also feel into your ability to shift up energy, to detect energy that is stagnant or unhelpful, and to remove it, to oust it, to tell it to vamoose, right? So all of your cleaning and tidying, organizing, keeping on top of things, it's witchy. During the glow up, it's sincerely witchy. It's in a heightened way than your usual cleaning would be. Another really important thing to mention about implementing habits and keeping them going is that I always try to think of my habits as expansive and not restrictive. I try to stick to the why. Why am I implementing these habits? What is the deeper reason, right? For example, if you know that one part of your glow up is that you really, really want to eat better, you want to get more fresh produce into the diet, you don't want to lean back so much on takeouts or comfort snacks, right? You want to vary your food. Try never to think of the reason for that change in habit as being something like weight loss, for example, right? Weight loss is fine. I'm not saying that that isn't a reason to have a glow up, or that it shouldn't be an aim if that's what you want to do, okay? Everybody's different. But I suppose what I'm suggesting that you do is link it also to the much, much deeper root, right? The deeper root of wanting to eat well is that you deserve power. Your body is sacred. You know, you want to be in full mage mode or priestess mode. You want to have the energy for the things that you want to do. You want to feel fucking fantastic, as you deserve to be, right? As you deserve to feel. So linking it to that deeper intention and thinking about how expansive it is that you're bringing this habit in, rather than just thinking, I need to take all of these things away from myself that I enjoy because I need this aim to come to fruition. Always note the positivity of the habit. Never focus on the fact that the habit is restrictive or it's difficult, it's really hard, but you've got to do it anyway because you're having a glow up. That's just going to cause stress, and it's going to cause tension and conflict and temptation for you. It's much better to be like, I deserve this food. I want to nourish myself so I can get my head in the game and be everything and feel everything that I can during my human lifespan. When I did my physical health and wellness glow up that was about movement, there was a lot in there also about food and hydration. And when I was looking at the affirmations and the words of power that I wanted to use, I was very sure that I wanted them all to be about strength, nourishment, leveling up in terms of my life experience, feeling the freshness and the beauty of giving myself good produce as often as I possibly could, and being conscious of my food because I want to treat my body as a fucking temple. That was where it was coming from. It wasn't anything to do with like getting snatched or, you know, being more disciplined with food because I've been such a naughty girl with food. Fuck that shit. It was so much deeper than that. It was so much more self-loving than that. And I suppose that's the point I'm trying to get to there. I want to give you a little bit of advice to help you to take the glow up changes that you implement into the long term, months into the future, years into the future, right? There's a few different things I'll say. First of all, you're not like killing your old self or fixing your old self or punishing your old self. You are releasing that version of yourself that was attached to those habits or had those limiting thoughts. You are releasing them in a kindly and beautiful way so that they can be at rest, so that they're not driving anymore. And you are taking over, okay? You are assuming put control over the wheel of your life. That's how you want it to feel. Not that you're fixing, punishing, killing, you know, imprisoning this former version of yourself that had these bad habits in play or was limited, but more so it's about like, I free you from this burden, okay? You've been in survival mode too long. You've been trying to drive with very little assistance. I've been working against you. Life has been working against you, but now I've arrived. I've come in with a very conscious plan, and I'm going to let you just chill and go do your thing, relax, go into the collection of myself that I have inside because I've arrived now, bitch, okay? And I'm going to help, all right? So it's more like that. Be very compassionate towards anything about yourself that you know you are seeking to change, preferably forever, okay? We do not want to link the notion of changing habits or changing mindsets with the notion of killing, fixing, punishing, anything of that nature. It's always about releasing, you know? It's always about taking the pressure off of that version of you and becoming, skin shedding into that new version of you with these higher ideals and these better ways of living. You don't need to have a very, very rigid 5-step plan that you do every single day that has no flexibility. You are wild and intuitive and experimental in your practice. The way that I know that is because you're watching my fucking video. So you would have to be those things. You would have to have that instinct at the very least to be interested in content like mine, okay? So use that, all right? Chaos is to your advantage, okay? And by chaos, I mean possibility. I mean the notion that suddenly an idea could come to you in the midst of your glow up and you could think, that's going to help me make it better. That's going to help me tighten that up. I never thought of that before. Let me put that into motion, okay? So always let yourself be open to inspiration, because sometimes your glow up can actually sort of be customized and tweaked and tailored as you're in the middle of it, so you can really make things even more exciting and even more powerful. Always remember that confidence is an energy and not an achievement. You can be confident now, okay? I really want to stress this to you. It's not about getting to the end of your glow up and then feeling that you are good enough, or you look great, or you're worthy of what it is that you want in life, you know, or you've got your life together. That's not something that can only be attained at the very, very end of the glow up. You can link into that energy now by just looking at the timeline of your life and seeing everything that you've dealt with and everything that you've overcome, and every single time you've put your signature power moves into play and something amazing has happened. There is credit that you can give yourself right now before your glow up has even begun in earnest. Make sure you're giving yourself as much of that credit as possible. If you are telling yourself that the only time you can celebrate and the only time you can give yourself credit is right at the end of the glow up, right? Like a month, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months into the future, that's the only time. That does not bode well for being consistent with habits. It really does not. You need to give yourself as many moments of congratulations as possible, okay? Honor yourself. Honor yourself for the way you've been surviving during the really difficult times before you even thought that a glow up was possible. And honor yourself for what you're bringing to the table every single day that you did not need to glow up to get to. You already have that, okay? So it's really about acknowledging, witnessing where you are shimmering already. And that helps you to implement the habits into the long term, okay? All carrot, no stick. That's really what I like to say. I mean, maybe I like a little bit of stick once in a while, but mostly carrot. Give me all the carrots, bitch. I'm a donkey, bitch. Give me a carrot. A glow up is an incredible opportunity to put so much into play that will help you and that will change your life, but it's not a straight line, okay? No journey of success and positive transformation can be a totally straight line. So whenever you've crashed, burn brighter. Okay, whenever I feel like I've had a crash land in my glow up, I always think about how I can burn brighter. And I do that in a few ways. First of all, I honor myself for even trying to put these changes into play. I tell myself that I have everything to gain from thinking about the next day or even the next hour as an opportunity to get back on track. I tell myself that every time I crash, I learn something, and I really look at whereabouts those lessons are. Like, why did I not go ahead with the habits today? Why did I feel like I was getting pulled back into the old way of being? What happened? What was the trigger? What influenced it? What were the variables? And I try and learn from that. Also, whenever you crash, in other words, whenever you really duck out on your glow up and you just go back to all the old shit that you're trying to get rid of, it's a really good time to have a divination check-in. So if you've got a deck of cards or a crystal ball that you work with, or you just want to check in with your gods and guides, go ahead, because it's a really good time to both get some support if you're feeling shitty, that you kind of ducked out on things or things went a bit wonky. And also it's a really good opportunity to ask, what did I miss? What do I need? What is the next right action? How can I regroup my agency? Because I really want to go forward with positivity and momentum. And you can get some really great answers on that. Every glow up hits a wall, okay? Every glow up hits a wall. That's the nature of the journey of integration and self-actualization, all right? You're not a massive fuck up and it's not a massive failure. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to glean spiritual support. It's an opportunity to just be with where you are right now, take what you can get from it, breathe and release release the rest and carry on. You can even do a little ritual whenever you kind of like have a blip or you sort of go wayward. You can do a wayward ritual where you're just like, okay, today was not great. I acknowledge that. Here are the lessons. I've written them down. Here are the commitments that I've reinstated. I've got my glow up colors on. I've got my glow up accessories, my glow up sigils. I'm ready to get back in the zone. So it can actually be a moment of real like glamour and fabulousness whenever you sort of like fall on your face. When you fall on your face, definitely make a ceremony out of it. Dance around yourself, you know, bust out some fucking moves and really just be like, wow, bitch, you're on your face and it's okay. That's part of it. Well done for taking part. Well done for agreeing that you're going to get up, dust yourself down, carry on. I want to give you a few more bits of advice to help you to take the habits into the long term. I want to talk about witchy ethos for the glow up. And I also want to give you some really awesome journal prompts that you can use for your glow up. Okay. So witchy ethos, what to keep in mind. Magic is not a shortcut to the desired result. It is a catalyst. It is a tool. It is a fucking companion, okay? You are doing something within your psyche and within your beingness that is a little bit of a personal revolution, and no revolution happens in the course of one day. There are many, many steps that have to take place for it to be the heat in the air and the fever in the air for revolution to suddenly occur, okay? So you still have to show up and do the work, but with ritual, with power, and with style, okay? So it's always with you, but it's not going to do it for you. And that's really important to remember. You are allowed to care about aesthetics, okay? At no point in this video do I hope have I given the impression that you are not allowed to care about how you look, right? And it's not allowed to be a looks glow up, or it's not allowed to be about how your house looks or what you're doing with your career, something that is about maybe impressing the outside world, impressing a boss, attracting a partner, right? Those things are legitimate. All it means is that you recognize that beauty is sacred and transformative, and that certain things that you project outwardly to people give you power or opportunity in some way. That's fine. But like I've tried to stress earlier in the video, link it to the deeper root, give it that deeper nourishment, link it to that deeper intention. Think about how you deserve it, what you're going to do with it that's so good and nourishing, and even how you're going to let the ripples of your success go outwards so that others can benefit as well. And again, I just want to stress when it comes to the magical ethos, the kind of witchy framework, glow ups are not linear, all right? You're not failing if you're struggling sometimes. Spiral upward, loop the fuck around, but keep ascending. You're going to be fine. Trust me. Trust me, okay? I've had some very successful glow ups that were punctuated by some rather severe downfalls along the way. And it's really about taking that information. It's all data, darling. It's all data, okay? Here are some really good journal prompts. If you are into that sort of thing, if that's your fetish, darling, then you've come to the right place. I am a very avid journaler. I'll leave some videos about that down below, actually. Okay, here's some really good journal prompts. What do I need to feel radiant? How can I honor my transformation even when I'm not there yet? What part of me is afraid of this change, and how can I love that part of me into safety? Which archetypes can I embody to assist me? By the way, don't be afraid to think about specific characters from books, movies, video games, all that good shit, okay? And the final one, what does my higher self want to wear, eat, say, or do right now? If you don't want to use the term higher self, you can use my most aligned self or my future self or my glowed up self, whatever it is. But you know what I mean? It's that version of you that has all those pieces in place and is happy and fulfilled in that area of life. Talk to that part of you. Envision that part of you telling you what they want to eat, wear, do, say, where do they want to go? What do they not want to do? Get really, really sort of communicative with the glowed up self. Darlings, you can shed whatever skin is keeping you small. You are power in fucking motion. And I really hope this video has given you some thoughts and ideas to chew on if you are glow up ready. If you are about to start defining the terms of your glow up and you're feeling brave, leave some details about it down in the comments. Tell us, what are you going to be doing? What are your intentions? What are the themes and aims of your glow up, or even the words of power or symbols that you're going to use to really give it fuel. One of the most popular reading options at my online store is the Glow Up Baby spread. Okay, I love this tarot spread. It will help you out with things like archetypes, words of power, symbols that would be great for your glow up, helping you to define the terms and the aims of your glow up, looking at what might arise that would be a problem and how to overcome it, and even managing your energy during the course of a glow up so that you stay the course. If you know that you would like me and the cards to help you with defining your glow up and reaching for success, grab that reading option. I will leave it down below for you. I will also be providing an afterthoughts episode to go along with this YouTube video that is exclusively for my doll faces and Pop-Tarts over on Patreon. The afterthoughts series gives a little bit more of a deep dive from a more personal perspective on the topic, and I would like to, you know, spill some tea about my own glow up experiences, what helped, what hindered, and what I think about those glow ups now. So if you are not a member of Patreon as a doll face or Pop-Tart, pop on over and get involved, you know, if you want to see that afterthoughts episode and if you want all of the others as well. Thank you so much for being here with me today for this video, darlings. I appreciate you so, so much. You make me happier than a bird with a French fry. Much love for now, and blessed be. Mwah.